Whoops! I stopped the video in the middle of the last one, like, whoops! I just showed you Don and the TV. Alright, so anyways, we'll start back with that again. And it's gonna upset, but yes, alright. Here I am restarting the video, but yeah, we put the TV, he's got the little TV in here. Here's Don watching his TV. I wanted to put the TV right there, I was telling Don, but I was like, wait, I got a little TV I can put in there. So right now, Don's watching, he's watching a movie about dragons. I think it's like, it's not Dragonheart, but it's like Dragon Slayer, not Dragon Slayer, actually, that's an older movie. It's a newer movie about dragons. So he's sitting there watching his little TV. I'm really happy about that. Like, it went from me being really sick, and man, I'm feeling it. Still feeling it pretty bad. And then now I just clipped the video right in the middle of a video, so you guys are like going, what the heck's going on? He just, like, what happened is I pushed the power button on the side of my phone and the power just went off and then the video stopped. So blank, there you go. End of video. Start of a new one. This is the start of a new one. This is part 2 of Don sitting here watching TV, and yeah, he's sitting here watching TV, and I just had this idea, like, because I take him upstairs in the living room and have him just hang out on the couch and watch TV with us, and he just chills. I don't think he's watching TV. You know, sometimes he does. Like right now, he actually is watching the TV. He's actually watching this movie. So that's interesting. I really wasn't expecting that. But I was. I mean, I don't know what that guy was expecting. Like, you put a little TV inside a aquarium with your bearded dragon lizard and see what happens, right? Well, what happens is he's watching TV. He's watching a movie right now and being entertained. And he is. He's actually just sitting there watching it. Cool. I don't think he would know what they're saying or doing or anything. I was debating whether to put cartoons up there or like real live people like I am, like a movie. And I figured cartoons would probably freak him out and probably be really confuse him, because he's really intelligent. He's really a really intelligent lizard. I think some people think that lizards aren't intelligent, or animals that are in general aren't intelligent, and they're so extremely, insanely intelligent. Like my little Zippy turtle I had, he was so intelligent, that little guy. Holy cow. Man, I miss Zippy. Remember Zippy? I got video of Zippy on here. I would have video of him. Boy, I miss him. He got out. He zipped out. That's all he wanted to do was escape, and he escaped and got out and free. Right now it's he'd be frozen solid. That's what they do during the winter. They go down and dig down into the dirt, and then they freeze, actually solid, like an ice cube. And then they thaw back out again and poof, start over. So hopefully that's where it's at, somewhere happy. Anyways, Don's watching TV. He's got a little TV in his aquarium, and he's watching TV. That's really cool. Never heard of that before. But he does it just fine with us up in the living room, so I figured, why not give him a TV? And I've had that. Oh, now he's showing his beard. Funny. He's showing his beard, like it's getting really big. I don't know. Whatever. at least it gives him something to watch or do or something. He's watching it. He's getting entertained by it, and so that's cool. And I just want the best for my my animals and reptiles, and so that's definitely a new one, and it works. It's working. He's watching it. Now I'm sitting here trying to figure out what movies to have him watch, like he's watching a dragon fly around and everything. And I'm like, look, it's you. Anyways, all right, enough of that. But so woke up, in really bad shape. Doing a lot better now. Thank God for modern medicine. That's all I can say. And look, I've got the Herbie shirt on for us old timers. The Herbie goes banana. Herbie the love bug. This basically means I love you. I got that on for you just because I wanted to make it different, for you. And even if I feel sick, what can I do about it, right? I got to get through it. I can't stay in bed. I mean, I can, but it's after 12, and I hate wasting a day in bed. And yeah, I guess it's a day for me in my situation to recover, and it's very much needed on a lot of occasions. So it's good that I can do that. But I am was like a AAA personality type, and had 3 jobs at once, as having my own business as a contractor. I had a couple other jobs, a couple other gigs, I was a model and did a bunch of other stuff, was down in New Orleans, was in a band and singing on Bourbon Street, and I was always doing a lot of stuff all the time, so not being able to do anything really drives me crazy. And then laying in bed and not being able to do anything but be in the fetal position because I'm so much pain and can't move, that really, for hours, whoa. I just sit there, I'm just thinking, what am I going to do when I get to move, or how do I get out of this situation, or it just gives you a lot of time to think. And I think about how best to do things, right? I have all this time and I'm in pain and agony, can't do anything, so why not try to figure out problems that we're having, or try to figure through things that we're doing. So right now we're getting ready to move, so it's time to start packing boxes and start thinking about gearing up towards that. So I'm thinking about, okay, when I'm finally able to get up, then I start packing boxes, start getting ready to do that and get stuff in order and get stuff moving towards that goal, packing up the house. And then also how best to take care of everybody under this roof, like the bearded dragon, the African side-necked turtle, Toby, our little he's like a Spaniard, I don't know. He's a mutt, but like a beagle mutt. Anyways, and he's blind. Now he's without his buddy Preacher, and Preacher was his eyes. And Toby's very like a cat. He's very he doesn't need the companionship of another dog, but it took, after a while he did. And he accepted Preacher, and they are inseparable. So now Toby's really depressed, and a lot of weird things happen. Like he'll start barking off, and like as if Preacher's barking, and they're barking at each other or something, and then he'll stop barking automatically, and then turn around and lay down and put his head down, and that's it. Like, I don't know what the heck they said, what he heard, what just happened. We don't know. But then he's just like laying there, and he won't get up, and he's, to us, depressed, like sad. Like, so that happens, like, I don't know, once a day or so. Maybe like he's barking and hoping that Preacher will bark with him, and he'll know where Preacher is, because he's looking for him all the time. He keeps looking for Preacher, and he's blind, so he's smelling for him and trying to listen for him, and it's really hard. It's really hard because the longer this goes on, the more that Toby Toby's having to deal with not having Preacher and understanding that he's not coming back, because I think Toby thinks that he's coming back and that we haven't lost him, that in some way that Preacher's around here somewhere and he's coming back and everything's going to be all right. But we know differently, and he doesn't. So he keeps looking for him. So anyways, that's what I think about. Back to my thing is when I'm crumpled up in the fetal position and all morning this morning, I'm thinking about ways how to make Toby happy, and how to make Don happy, and how to make Cindy happy, and and how to make life easier for everybody, for myself included. So I'm really grateful I got physical fitness. So I gotta do this a lot, which really hurts. Oof. But I press my shoulder blades together and give that a good stretch. I'm working on my right shoulder, so I don't have to get shoulder surgery. Hopefully I can pass up on that. That would be great. I've already had this one rebuilt, and that was a lot of this one is rotator cuff, so it's bigger surgery, more bad, so I don't want to do that. So physical therapy once a week, and then I have physical therapy once a day, and then they log that in, all the exercises, in my patient gateway. As I do them, they're logged in that I did them. So each day I have all these exercises, and so I'm doing that. That's good, very positive, and hopefully we'll omit surgery on this shoulder. The pain is still the same. It hasn't helped as far as that's concerned. I'm still losing sleep over it. It's still really hard to find a good position. He says what happens is the muscles got weakened or something that came out of the joint of where it normally sits. So it's sitting forward. It's supposed to be sitting back into the joint, but it's not, and the muscles got all screwed up or something. So I got to build up these muscles. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm really hopeful about that, and because I'm able to do something, I'm actually physically able to do something and to get better. That makes me happy and excited. If I could just do that with my stomach and my intestines and everything, and get do something to make them better, I'd be so happy. But there's nothing, and that's what sucks. Acupuncture works pretty well. Acupuncture really gets things moving in the right way, because they were moving the wrong way at one point when I went to acupuncture, and the needle was going one way in the beginning, and she showed Cindy, and then Cindy was watching, and then by the end the needle was going the right way. it was actually moving in my stomach. There was a needle and it was bobbing back and forth like in the right direction, that everything was going in the right direction. So acupuncture really gets things moving around in there, and that helps out a lot. So that's helping. It's cool that Don's sitting here watching TV. I'm glad I came up with this idea to get him a TV. I already had a little TV, but and I've already played it for him. I've kept it down here and played like soft jazz or easy listening music or soft rock or something, just so he could hear, have something in the background to listen to. Because I can't have them upstairs in the living room or upstairs in the bedroom, because the girls just won't. They won't even visit. They will not come to the house if Don's upstairs. There's no way. They won't even come. So they're that afraid. They're really afraid of anything that has scales. So that's why Don's down here in the studio. And there's not a whole lot of life going on down here unless I'm down here doing stuff. And lately it's been mourning over Preacher and being sick, and then my dad being in the hospital, and him having a heart attack and having a hard time and getting sick really affected me too in a really bad way. I just pray for the best for him. And now he's back at the rehab that he was at before he went back to the hospital, and we're being asked for prayers again. So it's only Monday, and we're already being asked for prayers. So I don't know what's going on. I hope he's okay. But I just know that I don't know. I just know that I don't know. All I can do is pray and hope for the best and send as much white light and positivity that I can to my dad and my stepmom, and be there at a moment's notice to help if she needs me to help. But and still stay that way, but you guys know, like, for the ones that know, this is a very touchy situation. Regretfully, it's a touchy situation. I, just for the record, am love, and I come in peace, and I want the best for everybody. Just for the record. I'm on the side of God, on the side of goodness and of good things. So that's where I'm coming from. And so just pray for my dad, and just try to help Cindy out the best I can with her grieving process of losing Preacher, because Preacher, she was Preacher's person. He chose her, even though I was I was the alpha male, I guess. I would not guess. I was the alpha male. He just chose her. He was her little shadow. Like, he just was like, well, heck with you, Dad. Like, I was Dad, but Cindy was the apple of his eye, and they were inseparable. So I really need to be there for her and try to help her as much as possible get through this time, as well as myself losing my best friend. He was my son, and I have a son, but he was my other son. He was my son. I don't, I could love him and be there for him, and I don't know. Anyways, it's hard for me too, and I'm doing the best I can to get through it. There goes Don back into his cave. So I'm gonna, after this, actually physically pull him out of his cave, and then bring him upstairs and watch Dr. Poole with Toby and I, because Toby's pretty depressed. Don's really depressed. That's why he's climbing back into his cave. If I don't do, I'm trying to do everything I can, but he's depressed. I have a depressed bearded dragon lizard, and I have a depressed beagle dog, and a depressed partner, and I'm depressed. Ay, ay, ay. What do you do, right? What do you do? Father's in the hospital. You know, we're doing the best we can. It's just hard, you know. This life thing, holy cow. I hope everybody out there is okay. You know me, I pray for you every single time I'm on here, and I'm going to continue to pray for you guys. Just like you're praying for me, goes both ways. And I know, you know, nobody's life is perfect, and we all have something going on. And, you know, just because I have stage 4 metastatic melanoma, it's incurable cancer. I'm in remission, thank God. Who knows how long. But the gastroparesis and everything that's been torn up in me, and having to do, you know, having to have a port and all this other stuff and be on palliative care is very unnerving, to say the least. So I'm just going to try to do the best I can to keep my spirits up. And but I know that you guys are going through things too. Just because I have all this crazy, really, you know, everybody's like, oh, your stuff's really bad, but you know, we all have something that's really bad that, you know, makes us afraid or confused or helpless or, you know, angry or frustrated or whatever. We all have something that hurts us or something, you know. Maybe there's a lot of physical ailments out there. There's a lot of, you know, emotional anguish out there. There's a lot of like loneliness out there. There's a lot of frustration and fear out there. And I'm here just to say it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. We need to stick together and be the rock, you know. If you can't find the rock, the steady rock, be the steady rock, you know. Be the steady rock. If you can't be the steady rock, find somebody, you know, that's steady rock for you in your life, like your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, grandparents, your kids, your grandkids, you know, your best friends, whoever, you know, your dog, your cat. Find that steady rock, you know, and acknowledge that person, place, or thing as being that steady rock for you, and use it. Use that steady rock now to get us through all these times. And have faith in goodness, in good people. And I thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your support, for your love, for the kind words. You guys are the wind beneath my wings. I hope I beat this and survive this, and that this isn't my life, you know, last will and testament. I always say, at least I would never do this, you know, God got me to do this. But as I'm doing this, it's more like it's all, you know, like a video for my son Casey, and for Cindy, my best friend and soulmate, and for her girls, and for my brother and my sisters, you know, for everybody, for my nieces, you know, for my nephews. This will be forever, and they'll always have this to look back upon. Me and in Herbie Love Bug shirt with crazy stuff all over the place, clouds, you know. That's what they'll look back upon. Good. You know, I'm 52. I sure as heck didn't think I would look back at my dad or anybody at 52 be doing this. You know, have like a Gemini's lantern and a unicorn over here. This is a skull for the Day of the Dead. I don't know what the heck that is. What is that? Oh, a palm tree. There's the American flag, folded correctly. Then there's the Mortal Kombat thing and all kinds of crazy stuff. That's a peep. The unicorn came from Jenny. She gave that to me. And then there's a picture of some eagles over here that I drew. And there's like a shelf of a bunch of stuff that I made. So, and over here is one guitar you see, and then my whiteboard, and then another guitar, and then we've got Don up there. So, yeah, fun stuff. Oh boy. Yeah, and on the whiteboard I got, moral character is everything, especially when being a leader. Love yourself. Resonation. I don't know, it was a new word I made up. Resonation. A new word for my new vocabulary, because I have my own vocabulary. Cindy's always frustrated about it because she's like an English lit major English teacher, and I'm like, I have my own language, my own words. Maker Faire I got on here. That's good. The will and the power of God. Search for God. Receive the power of God. Receive the will of God. Connected to God through the soul. I got that written down. Power, breakthrough, miracles, money, love. That's my mantra for 2025. My mantra is power, breakthrough, miracles, money, love. That's some kind of thing we went through on Facebook. Love yourself is on there, of course. A little note from Cindy, which is awesome, and then a note back to her. And then she wrote blessings all around. And then the first dollar I ever made in my business, well, not in my first business, I've had a lot of businesses, but in this one business, the Cosmic Resin by Chris business, I have the $1 up there. I've got things to do. Write thank you card to Joni, and write a thank you card to Aunt Pat and the girls, and send a gift also. And also, I'm getting rich, lots and lots of money. That's on the list too. And then I have this little thing, since it's a magnet, I got this calm, right, with a magnet on it, and the magnet, it's a blueberry that I made. I made this blueberry. It's a magnet on the back here. But the blueberry itself, I made with resin, and then I painted it to make it look like a blueberry. You know, you have that white, weird white casting on it, you know, kind of stuff. And then the blueberry thing, yeah. So I put it on this calm thing, and put it up here, keep, you know, to remind me to be calm. Also, I have alive and shitting on there. I figure if I'm pooping, I'm alive, and sometimes it comes down to that. Like, I don't want, you know, like, yeah, it comes down to that. Like, if I'm going to the bathroom, I'm alive. Because I wonder sometimes, you know, like, oh man. But, yeah, I got that up there. It's just a joke. Just a joke. Anyway, so that's on the whiteboard. I just told you, just to show you. One of the best things, like I say, one of the best things on there is moral character is everything, especially when being a leader. Moral character is everything. I also have a dollar amount that I want to reach, which is a huge dollar amount, let me tell you. I have it written down just so, you know, like a vision board. I've got a vision board too over there. But I have the dollar amount, and it's a huge dollar amount. Why not, right? Make it huge. It's huge. But, and also faith. I just have faith written down. Not have faith, none, just faith. Because faith is everything sometimes. Let me tell you. Faith is everything sometimes. So I got that just right in the middle, actually. Faith. So anyways, it's 30 minutes, half an hour, and this is a part 2 of the first video, because I screwed up and stopped the video in the mid-video. So, boy, this is going to be very confusing if somebody just watches this one and doesn't watch the one before it. So, if you're watching this one, you should watch the one before it, because I screwed up, and then the whole thing adds up to like an hour of your entertainment. And this is me after being so sick today, I couldn't get out of bed until after 12 o'clock. But we called the backup team, you know, and we got everything rolling, and we called in the cavalry. Let me say that. And we got the cavalry called in, and everything got worked out. Thank God for the cavalry. Thank God for all the people that helped me. And thank God. I thank God for them. I mean, I'm not able to do a whole lot of stuff, but at least I'm able to do this, tell you guys, hey, I love you guys, and I'm trying to do the best I can to do a little bit here and there, you know, to be of help. Pray, try to take care of myself the best I can, and be there for Cindy completely, faithfully, loyal, you know. Preacher taught me to be completely loyal, faithful to her, always helpful, and at the ready. And that's exactly what I'm going to be for Cindy. Those were some of the lessons that preacher taught me. Loyalty. I'm already loyal, but, you know, loyalty, complete loyalty, be at the ready to help, to be of help, to be of service. Give her somebody to, you know, be soothing, be soothed by, you know, because she could pet preacher and be soothed. So I need to be somebody that's soothing to her, which I am, but I need to remember these things. This is what he taught me. These are the things that he represented, that he did on a daily basis. Every day was Christmas to him. It was exciting. You know, a dog in a day, their life is a week compared to our one day. You know, their one day is a whole week to our day. You know, to our day. So they live very quickly. So, anyways, I just want to be all those good things that he was to her, and he was a major reminder of love, of God's love through him to everyone that he came in contact with. Because everybody he came in contact with, you could tell, they'll tell you he was special. He was special. He was a special spirit, a special person. Because he, you know, everybody said he's human. Dog? He's a human dog. but just, yep, enough of this. Sorry, I'm rambling, but I just want to get it right and be the best that I can be, and try to be a better man each day, even if I'm sick and I can only do a little bit. Put on a Herbie shirt with the ounce of energy that I have, do this video, tell you guys how grateful I am, and give some advice, keep you posted, and show you some crazy antics, like a bearded dragon having a TV in his aquarium so he can watch a movie about dragons. And he's watching a movie about dragons. So you get to see that kind of thing, and you get to hear my thought process on how best I can be of help and of service to Cindy and everybody under this roof, and then also to my friends and family, you know, because my dad's in the hospital, and you know, we went back and forth to New York in 1 week twice. So yeah, we're praying hard for him and for my stepmom, you know, for all good things, you know, for strength, for healing, and for all good things. So, and I'm praying for you guys, for all good things for you, and you thrive, and that you're healthy and your loved ones are healthy and thriving, and that we're all going to get through this together. And each day in every way, we're going to get better and better and better. Okay. And like I say, you know, if you can, play, be happy, have fun. That's awesome. And love yourself, love your neighbor, and love God with all your heart. I had to add the God thing in there because that's why I'm here. I'm not here because of me under my own willpower. I'm here because God wants me here. He made me do this channel, actually, but you know, he's in control of my life. So anyways, so that's the deal. I just want to say that. Okay. And for people that don't believe in God, that's fine. I'm glad. That's fine. Do whatever you do. I'm not here to convert anybody or anything. That's not me. That's not me, man. You know, if you want what I got, I can share it with you. It's free. God's love is free. Okay? No charge. And freely given to me, freely given from me to you. Absolutely. You want to know what makes me tick and how I'm able to survive the unsurvivable through God, and what the relationship that I have, you know, DM me, talk to me, I'll talk to you, I'll let you know, because it's the central of my life. God is central of my life. And I don't talk a lot. I don't want this to be, you know, like religious or political, okay? That's not what I want this to be. And you know that. You know that. You know, so, but, and I'm not talking about religion. I'm just talking about, I believe in God. God's central in my life. And for me, has to be. And if he's central in your life, that's great. God bless you. I'm so happy and excited. If he's not and you don't believe him, that's fine too. I'm happy for you. Whatever you get, whatever you do to get what you need to get it. And I'm glad. That's awesome. You know, I'm celebrating your difference, and that's great. I just wanted to get that clear. I'm not here to try to convert anybody at all. I want everybody just to be themselves, everybody to get along, and us to celebrate each other's differences, you know? And that's it, really. And that's why I'm get so excited about that, because it's like, it's a really touchy subject, but for some, but for me it's not. It's just, as a matter of fact, you know, yeah, of course, for me, God is love, I am love, and God's at the center of my life and at my heart, you know, because God to me is love and isn't anything else other than love, period. So there you go. And I'm not God. I sure am. I'm not God. And I have faith in that God of love to do loving things in your life and in my life. And I've seen God do loving things in my life. And I know people out there that I talk to that you got God's love. So I love you. I'm gonna try. It's 40 minutes of the second video. It's so long. I'm so sorry. Rambling on about stuff, but I think it's just because I'm just so excited not to be in bed, and that the cavalry came and everything worked out. And even though I'm sick and I got a lot of really crazy pain going on, we've got, you know, some help, and I'll get a bag going, you know, I'll get an LL ringer going through me, get that going. That'll make me feel better, and just do the best I can to get through the day in a good, positive way, and be loving to everybody that I come across, and be prayerful for my dad who needs prayer, and for everybody, for you guys that need prayer, and just be prayerful for everyone, including myself, because I feel like I've been in a car wreck, like holy cow, like I could just stay in bed all day, just but I can't do that. I can't do that. I just can't. So I got some coffee. I'm gonna soldier through. And I love you guys for being the wind beneath my wings and giving me the power to do this. Period. Really. Seriously, thank you. I'll get some sleep later. I'll rest up, but right now I'm gonna slowly get through the day and take care of myself and take care of Cindy and all the animals that we have. Yeah. All right. And be prayerful for you. All right. Until next time. Peace.